Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. Today I would like to share some of the stretches and mindful movements that I try to incorporate throughout my day, especially when I'm busy playing with the kids, especially the littlest kid who just turned 1. So that means lots of floor time, lots of squeezing it in when I can, and it also helps to just keep me a bit more centered and patient with everyone throughout the day. So to start, let's begin in right where we are. A nice easy seat here, either leg in front. And quite often when I start to feel overwhelmed, the first thing I try to go to is reconnecting with my own breath. Because if I'm not regulated and calm, it's going to be very difficult for me to help the children be regulated and calm and help them get to a more even space. So I like to imagine inhaling and really completely filling my body, my belly, my lungs with fresh air, fresh energy, and exhaling out the frustrations and the tension. I especially notice my jaw gets tense, as I'm sure a lot of us do the more we talk, and maybe grit our teeth a bit throughout the day. So that's the place I imagine the tension really releasing from. Once I've felt a bit more grounded and centered, I'll try to, maybe loosen up my body. A nice easy twist to the side. Left hand on right knee. Come back to center, shoulders to ears. They come back and down. Inhale, exhale, repeat that nice easy twist on the opposite side. Right hand to left knee. Exhale, coming back to center. Again, shoulders up and down. So maybe build energy. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fingers down. Repeat once more. And now right here, one of the simplest things I do for a nice stretch, simply bring my ear towards my shoulder and walk those opposite fingertips out. And you'll feel a nice stretch the whole length of your neck right into your shoulder, especially if you've been up holding or feeding babies all night, like me. If you're looking for a bit more depth in this stretch, you can always add some gentle pressure, not pulling, but just a bit of extra weight by really putting that hand on the top of your head. And inhale, let's repeat on the other side. Opposite ear to that shoulder, walk out those hands. This is incredibly tight for me today. Hope everyone else is in a bit better shape, neck-wise and strain-wise. And again, you can add that little bit extra resistance, getting that big stretch, that nice long stretch. And release and come back to center. Another one I like to do is very simple. Look up, inhale, exhale, drop down, up. This is one that's easy to do while you're feeding baby as well. And also, once your chin is dropped, maybe with each inhale, roll to a different side. Keeping our necks mobile. A lot of little movements throughout the day really add up to not letting that stiffness add up. And then we can gently pull our fingertips back with our hands outstretched. Stretch stretching that wrist and forearms. And another that we can do seated is seated cat-cow, which is just great when you're sitting beside the baby, playing, and you need a bit of a stretch. So I'll turn to the side, and you can do this with your legs in any position, open wide, or you can also do it in butterfly pose. Actually, let's do that today. Let's join our feet, soles of the feet together in a nice butterfly pose. You can have your feet as far out as you'd like. You can have them as close in as you'd like. It completely depends where your body is at each day. Hold on to just above your ankles, or you can hold on to the soles of your feet, or right below your knees. But inhale, let's look up like we were doing with our neck stretches. But this time, let's really encourage our heart to lift up to the sky as well. And exhale, drop your neck, but also round your spine. So we're getting that spinal mobility. A nice clearing breaths. A little bit of an inner thigh stretch. And we can come back up to center. Another nice one is even just some body circles. There's no right or wrong way to do this one. It's whatever feels good to you. And the kids like to really get into it too. My 6-year-old thinks this one's very funny. She likes to spin around and around and make her circles as big as she can until she tumbles over. And so now, let's come into a nice seated staff pose here. Just legs straight out in front of us, shoulders over our hips. Maybe shake your legs, get some blood flowing. And now flex those feet. Hinge forward at your hips. If you can grab your toes. See how far you can come down with a flat back, just hinging with those hips. Take a few breaths here, focusing on that alignment and that hinge. And on our next exhale, just release and let your body fold and bend as it would like, as it falls naturally. No pushing or pulling. Often, this is a great way to go into your own little world for a few breaths. Calm yourself down. And then slowly, you can draw your arms and hands up your legs as you stack your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then we're going to come onto our backs. Now, this right here, perfect. You're already your kids' jungle gym. This might be a good 20 minutes of entertainment for them. So here, have your knees in line with your hips, heels in line with your knees, and your heels fairly close to your bottom. You can have your palms on the mat, facing up. I prefer on the mat. Now we're going to come into just a baby bridge. So we're going to exhale, engage the muscles in our thighs, our glutes, and peel our spine off. You can also have maybe your little baby or toddler up here. Take them for a little airplane ride. Or an elevator ride, I guess would be more apt. And now from here, we're going to take our right ankle, right leg, cross it just above our left knee. Lift that leg off the ground, and we're going to come into a reclined pigeon stretch. Now you can grab your thigh, you can grab your calf. And the more you pull in, the more you'll feel that stretch along the outside of your right hip and thigh. We'll take one more breath here, and then we're going to let this right foot fall to the left side. So you're doing a spinal twist in a pigeon pose. You can have cactus arms here. Gaze over your right shoulder. Next inhale, we'll come back to center. Plant both feet again. Take a moment to check your alignment. We'll come back into that baby bridge. And we'll repeat on the other side for our reclined pigeon. So left leg comes across, just above your ankle meets your right, above your right knee. And you can hold on to your thigh, you can hold on to your calf, your shin. Rock back and forth to maybe target some different areas that aren't getting as much of a stretch normally. And on our next exhale, we'll let this left foot fall to the right side. Gaze over our left shoulder, cactus arms for a nice spinal twist. Now, be fully prepared that as you're rolling around on the floor, that's when your baby or toddler is going to want to be right in your face, and this is a great chance to have that cuddle time, snuggle time. If they're old enough, talk about all the wonderful things your body can do. And as we come back to center, let's extend our legs up, staff pose. It's also extremely comfortable to have your legs just up against the wall, especially when you're on your feet so much through the day. It feels amazing. So up against a wall, or even bend your legs, maybe have them on a couch cushion. It feels so lovely and supported, and it's a position we don't normally find ourselves in. Well, I'll let everyone else answer that for themselves. And from here, hug in your knees. You can roll like a ball, back and forth. And then from here, we're going to come into happy baby. So you can have your peace fingers around your big toes. I personally like to grab the outside the outside of my feet, fingers in my arches. Just apply some nice pressure. And pull your feet and hips down towards the floor. You can play around again with rocking. Maybe extending legs one at a time. I love that it's called Happy Baby. Babies always do look just so happy as they're exploring their bodies and movement. It's a good lesson. We can copy them for that. And then as we come back to center and hug those knees in, shoulders back and down. Now we're going to roll and we'll come into a child's pose. Right here, with our knees and toes together, arms outstretched, and then walk the arms to the left side, letting the hip drop off. Feeling a nice stretch in that side body. And walking the hands to the other side. Again, letting the hip drop off. This side is a lot tighter for me today. Feeling those ribs expand and make some space. Working your hands to center. Place your forehead on the mat, on the ground. If you need it a bit raised up, feel free to use a block or a pillow. And let's just come to bring our hands to our feet, almost cradling your heels here. Take a few big breaths. We're at the end of our time together, and I hope that you've been able to maybe find one or two things to help bring you some calmness throughout your busy day. I hope that you're feeling a bit more relaxed, your muscles are feeling a little bit looser, and know that even just one of these movements once in a while or once an hour can really make a huge difference in your mobility and just how your body is feeling. You know, over the course of the day, week, months, we're so busy taking care of our families that sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves. And even though it may not be a spa day, just those couple moments can really save your sanity sometimes. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous day. Namaste.